Ian Ileana here. I know I had my earlier freak out. Once again, PTSD. I'm a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma. So everything is traumatizing. Everything is traumatizing because every day that I don't have the ability to go out like a regular person is just a day that is robbed from me. Just robbed. But it's not always about me. It is Friday. Friday. And because of the tragic loss of James Van Der Beek, I've taken upon myself to dedicate every Friday to him. So, Finger Up the Bomb Fridays is going to be a weekly thing that I do because of him. Because early screening is a higher chance at life, higher chance at a higher quality of life too. Because not only can you screen for cancer, you can also take stock of what is going on with your life. Take inventory of how many times you paid attention to your health, how many times you took it upon yourself to eat properly, sleep, drink water, all these things that should be common knowledge. It should be common knowledge. You're supposed to eat vegetables. You're supposed to eat fruit. Do people? No. They say, no, I'll have cereal. No, I'll have a sandwich. I'll have chips. I'll have some Pringles. I'm like, where's the green? Where's the green in your life? Where's where's the lettuce at the very least? It's like, no, I don't do that. I don't need it. Salad. Really? Okay. Well, how's your health? Silence. Because nobody says, if I just had one piece of lettuce extra or one extra carrot, just basic things, I might save my own life. Save your own life. People run to the doctors when they have polyps in their colon. They run to the doctor and like, oh, I don't know what to do. This is so familiar. It's just like screaming and crying and all that. And it's man, girl, because it happens to women too. Take the time to go check yourself. Check it. Because no doctor is going to be, yeah, I happen to be in your neighborhood. Do you mind dropping your trousers and pulling down the panties and just let me finger around there and make sure you're good and healthy. Can you do that? Can you do that? I know you're busy, you're gonna head off to work, but I just want to check it for you. No doctor is going to do that. Why? Because they are waiting for you to have stage 3, stage 4 colon cancer. They're waiting for that because then they can say, oh, well, we're going to have to do surgery. Cha-ching. We're going to have to put you under anesthesia. Cha-ching. You're not going to be able to go back to work. So you're going to have to lounge around here in the hospital. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. It's just money. It's just money to them, not I have a due diligence to save your life. They used to have the milkman. The milkman would come to your house and deliver some milk. I'm at this point where I say there needs to be colorectal man who comes by and you order it like you do a pizza and say, check my bum, check my bum. Get in there and check it. okay, and then go to the next person. Get in there and check it, because men and women have this stigma, this aversion, like a virgin, touched for the very first time. Yes, yeah, like a virgin. Their buttholes have never been explored by themselves. They wipe it and just like, I don't want to touch it. It's like, that's a part of you, man. You know, every fucking bit of that is yours. And when shit goes wrong, quite literally, when shit goes wrong, that's on you. That is completely on you. So today, Friday is all about checking your bum. I did my check today. I went up in there. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it on camera. That if that no, but I did it again today. I checked in there. I got as deep as I can, you know, at least up to the wrist. And I didn't feel anything that gave me concern. And I just encourage people, you know, check, check often. If it feels wrong, if your poo is a strain, if it ever seems like there's blood in your stool, please go see a doctor. Don't laugh it off and take a picture and send it to all your mates and be like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Ah, guess what I ate last night? No, you can't do that. You have to take this stuff seriously because it puts people in the grave. James Van Der Beek was going about his life having a very Dawson Creek day. And then he probably saw the signs. He probably said, eh, that was a little hinky. Just a little hinky. Eh. But I'm James Van Der Beek. You know, nothing bad ever happens to me. And now look at him. Well, no, you can't because he's in the ground or cremated. I don't exactly know what happens to famous people after they stop being famous. But either way, this is your chance. This is your chance. Every Friday, I'm going to take it upon myself to get on camera and talk about fingering myself. Fingering myself because I want to live. And I know you want to live too. So join me on this fingering bandwagon, this wake up call to men and women that you need to check your health. You need to talk to your doctor. You need to tell your doctor, especially when you are getting up there in age, like maybe I want to say that, okay, most doctors recommend colorectal checks when you're 40 and over. I guess you can tell how old I am. But I would say around maybe 18 to 20, you should be getting that checked. Why? Because this shit happens fast. And it happens mostly because of the foods we eat. The foods we eat are weird. Weird. You eat it and you think, oh, I'm eating a sandwich. It's like, no, no, no. You're eating this. That's what it's doing to your insides, okay? It is shredding your insides. It is poisoning your insides. It is activating genes in your insides. This is what the food is doing. And no one is going to the FDA and saying, okay, do you know a list of foods and ingredients that have been known to just go buck wild in your digestive system? Could you put it on a list and then ban manufacturers and chefs from using those kind of chemicals? And the FDA would probably say, yeah, we'll get right on that. We'll get right on that. Be your own advocate. Be your own advocate. Speak up for yourself. I know I do all the time. I mean, I have to deal with horrendous PTSD, but I don't try to let that get me down quite as much because the message is too important. The message of you have to save your health. You have to save yourself. I can complain about that nasty car that had the vertical tailpipe that was just spraying the air and like it's one person. Look at the bigger picture. How many trucks are out there? I mean, I would say lorries, but you would just woo, right over your heads. Yeah, so how many trucks are out there that do that all the time? Just as vertical, they do that all the time. It's even a lesser refined petroleum product that they're burning. It's pure diesel. And you breathe that in higher concentrations than that car was even putting out. And by me, I mean me, but then also you. We don't think of that as an issue. We don't think of that as something to write a politician about or to just pack his shit and fucking leave. And that's kind of what I have to do. I have to leave this fucking city because this city is disgusting. I know that they have arts and they have musicians and everything. You know, Portland is one of those places that, oh my God, there's forests here. I'm right next to a forest. Right next to a forest. But I'm also in the middle of a city. I'm also in the middle of a town on a busy street. It affects your health. People keep talking about, well, I mean, if I left the city, I would lose all my friends or all the restaurants I like. And if they were really your friends, they'd follow you. They'd join you and say, we all got to get out of here. We all got to leave this. It's not worth it. It's not worth an extra Starbucks. It's not worth, although I do like my Starbucks. I do. But they even say, we can just send you the coffee grounds. We can just package some of the food and, have it delivered to you. Or maybe, just maybe, you learn how to make it yourself. Or you learn how to make an even healthier version of it. What these restaurants don't really like is that sometimes you just learn to cook. You just learn to cook. You learn to love different things. You learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself. I try to keep these things short and simple. Plus, I got an Aussie on my bed and I have to tell him to get off my bed. So, my name is Ian Leona. I'm an environmentalist. I'm a mutant. I'm a werewolf. I am a hero. I am a hero. Because I'm not going to let these weird people stop me from broadcasting this message of take care of your health, take care of your community, or find a community that takes care of you. I hope to see you on the next podcast.